How you doing today?
Dogs all
Today we're gonna... Oh, is the dog drinking? Today we're having an issue with a Punchout. We think it might be the power supply, so we're gonna rebuild it. Stay tuned. Hopefully it fixes the issue. Might not. The talent's here though.
Try 3. Go ahead. Mellow. Not too mellow.
Alright.
He's screaming in the camera.
Rebuild this power supply. It's a Punch-Out power supply. It's a linear one. It's an older model made for Nintendo, the 1200M.
Switcher.
Switching power supply. And hopefully it fixes your issue. Basically what happened was I had a working Punch-Out board minus the sound.
Just go ahead and
occasionally the graphics would get all squiggly and then it'd go back to normal.
But Mike was trying to check it and didn't have a good battery in his meter, so he thought everything was bad. So we're going to replace it and go from there. I showed him where to adjust it now.
Well, you know, these older power supplies, usually when they have an issue, it's
well, people may not know this. The way to adjust that one, you actually have to decase it and get into it, and we'll show you how to do that at the end.
Yeah, this is the casing that was on it.
So there's no way to get to the...
Well, yeah, you can't adjust it from the outside, so...
And that's the case on a lot of power supplies. I come across some newer stuff, too.
Yeah, you think it's an aftermarket... Matthew thinks it's an aftermarket power supply.
It is definitely an aftermarket power supply. Somebody in the comments tell him this is not an effing original. Jeez.
It's in a lot of play choices, so...
You gonna do some work? It's a replacement part.
I'm on break, man.
Well, I'm recording, man.
Well, I mean, okay.
This is like dead air.
Dead air. So, I've already replaced this cap. And I'm just going to take it out one by one here. Got my trusty dusty iron and sucker in one. Kind of like Matthew.
You gonna cut the legs off that, or you cut them off at the end?
No, I do it at the end. Just make sure you cut the legs off, because Matt ruined a monitor mine once by not cutting the legs off.
Mike ruined it.
And then we grounded it out on the chassis, and that monitor has never worked.
One time out of like 500 chassis.
It was a Sanyo though, and it's luckily I've stripped all the caps off it and used the chassis for other things, so it has had its uses.
So does that work enough where you just pull it out after 2 little shots? Pretty
Yeah.
nice. That's not bad.
It's a little $40 gizmo with the solder sucker and the soldering iron in one, and it helps out a lot because holding the 2 different ones is just a pain in the ass. And my individual one, it stopped holding pressure and just continued to click off on me. So you always want to be, when you do the cap kit, you always want to make sure you positive and negative. The negative's got the dash,
Show that again.
This is the positive leg of the cap. It's
the negative, right? I can't see from here.
It's got
the longer leg is positive.
Longer leg's positive, and then the opposite side is obviously the negative, and it also have the diagonal arrow down.
A little band on there.
Yeah, so you just want to make sure. Luckily, this PCB is labeled with the plus sign, so it's pretty hard to get confused.
But there are a couple chassis that are marked wrong, so it always is a best bet to make sure you pay attention when you take it out. Like the G07 has one that's backwards.
Right, yeah. Sometimes you'll even have a non-polarization cap, so those you don't have to worry about. But these, if you get them in incorrectly, you'll have a nice little show with a popping sound or two.
If you can try to maybe turn it next time so that your soldering work is shown rather than your hands.
Oh, certainly.
Or maybe I can get on this other side over here.
Okay, so that's number 2. This is going rather quickly. Usually it takes me
an hour
to do something like this.
Well, there's only 6 caps, right?
10. Matthew, he's better at capping than I am, so he's usually a lot quicker, but you don't learn by not doing, so this is how you get faster. All right.
Well, that's as close as I can get, dang.
And I've made a list here. I can do this new little table I just picked up for $12 is really nice. I'm enjoying it. I'm not worried about the components being sitting on the table and crushing them or messing them up this way. It's definitely worth the $12. Sometimes it doesn't. You gotta repeatedly.
When I have that problem, I add fresh solder to it, and,
Yeah.
and usually that'll help it pull it right out.
This one isn't being too stingy though, so this should be this guy right here. Hopefully, could use some needle nose.
Okay, you can see right now. You want to point out where that little pot is? Because I got a good shot of it if you flipped it back the other way.
Okay.
It's up in the top or the bottom bottom right corner for you.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's underneath the wiring here. This is a little adjustment pot.
It's still you got the wiring over it right now.
No, it's
Tilt it back a little bit so I got some light. Okay, I could see it if the wires weren't in the way.
I don't want to mess up the.
There it is. It's about
Will that adjust the -5 or the positive?
positive 5.
The +5. So it might have been just low, and I could have adjusted that, but this power supply is low enough. A cap kit won't hurt it, and the caps cost me $7. So we could test this guy if we want to. We want to do that, Matt?
Sure.
So you put the negative in on the right.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Matt picked up his handy dandy tool to test caps. And it's highly technical. You lock it in and you push the button. Pretty sweet. Matt built it himself.
It's a kit.
Yeah, you kind of.
It's $10.
You just gotta wait for it to come from China.
93.58.
93. So that's still good too, because that's 100 microfarads. So both those guys are good. And we could have probably just found the one that was bad. Hopefully there's one bad. If not, then my theory's wrong. And I'm wasting resources. Okay. Make sure I get this one correctly. Matt, I wanted you to verify that this is positive over here, because it's kind of...
What do you mean?
I think it's marked on the board, but...
That's what I just said. Make sure you pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. This is why you did it. See the positive right here?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it. Yeah, that's positive.
Pretty far. Okay. It's so far from the circle, I thought,
Well, there's nothing else that would be stuck to, right?
Right. Okay.
But make sure you pay attention
Better
every
sorry.
time. Every time. Because a lot of times the boards aren't marked at all.
True. That is very true. 50 and 100, 50, 100 microfarads. So when you're redoing the capping something, you can't fudge on the microfarings. That's got to be the exact value.
In most situations.
But you can overvolt. So say it calls for a 10 volt 100 microfarad. You can use a 35 volt 100 microfarad and still, because you go to the cap store, sometimes they don't have what you need, which happened today.
That beer's kind of warm.
Hey, it wasn't cold in that cooler. Oh,
I guess not.
take it back to that store. Make sure you fill your pockets again.
What are you playing with?
Oh, the damn tape on the cap. You know.
Stared at the board like,
The red. The same guy. Okay. Long legs positive.
Wasn't that your nickname in high school?
Still is. Matt, do you usually go one by one, or do you
I bend one leg over, and then I solder the straight one in, and then I straighten out the other leg and I solder it in. I thought you were gonna put this so we could see it.
So basically, never take all the caps out unless it's marked. I guess if it's marked, you can do it.
I know. I just do them one at a time, and then I mark them with a Sharpie as I go.
You go ahead and remove the leg initially. All right. I'm not really trying to get everything straight. If I was being perfectionist like I usually am.
Gonna go through all the trouble cap. Who cares what it looks
just
like?
Get him in there.
I want somebody to know that John Miller capped this.
Yeah. This is a Miller retraining. I'm
gonna start taking my little stickers and this chassis cap by John
I'm
Miller.
loving this. I can just flip it over and refind it. Best $12 I ever spent.
Yeah, I really wanted one of those. I should have just got one. Just saved my receipt.
Yeah, he would have reimbursed you. Called it equipment. I could have charged him gas money.
Jeez.
So our Blues lost last night. Sons of bitches. Hopefully we'll win the next two and advance to the Stanley Cup.
That's what I get for riling up the arcade repair tips guys the night before.
Yeah, that's your fault.
And then Randy Carricker kissed the cup when it was in town.
Ooh, who did?
He's one of the sports writers.
You're not supposed to touch the cup, I heard.
I think it's just players, but
yeah.
Still, I wouldn't have touched it just
I'd
because.
That to fans too.
Did you show your off your coolie mode?
Oh,
coolie
yeah,
cup.
the Omatic modes.
I'm right there at your.
We debuted these long ago, but it's still nice that they get utilized.
Thanks, JoJo.
Yeah, we'll have hundreds available at Bow Game Con.
Hundreds.
Think big.
Have to send JoJo some serious cash.
Yeah, that's true. All right. See, he just comes on out. That's pretty. All right.
Yeah, that little tool's not bad. Considering I spent $300, or my boss spent $300 to do the same thing.
$40 on that bad boy. I mean, I think yours probably has a vacuum too, right?
Yeah.
So this is 425. Let's see here. So this is the one example of the one that I had to overvolt because they didn't have a 470 microfarad and 25 volt in stock. So I got a 35 volt, and if it fits in the spot, you ought to be good.
Yeah. I mean, you're not trying to get it flush with the board anyway, right? So you can get it in there. He doesn't care if it looks pretty.
I always care if I look pretty, though.
Kind of like the Sonic movie, huh? You don't care if it looks pretty. You're just going to get the job done.
I saw all those itty-bitty eyes, and I wondered what the hell they were thinking. Are you kidding me?
Steve thinks it looks great. He's all for it.
Well, you know, he likes smaller things.
It's because Sonic's a little guy. He's got to stick up for him.
Our buddy, he's supposed to come to town, but he's been promising that for 6 months. So
yeah,
like if I see him, I see him.
He's coming in 2 months, all year long, and then shows up at the end of the year.
Right. He might show up at Bow Game Con.
I think it was last June he was out.
Was it that long? It was summer, wasn't it? Yeah. We haven't been back to the arcade since either. Jeremy, Mr. Wagner's. I always see that pop up. People see that picture of his arcade and like, man, this is what I want.
You're covering the work again.
I got big gorilla fingers.
Come in from behind it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, they posted in what Old Maid New. Somebody was like, look what I found. It was like pictures from 6 years ago. One guy was like, I don't know, man. The way it's set up, I was like, well, these pictures are super old. And I've seen it in person, and it is amazing. But he was like, oh, I'm sure it is. He probably rethought it after he didn't realize he sounded like a Debbie Downer. But his basement's pretty much what we all would love to have. You have enough games, but they're all in tiny rooms.
Oh, no.
You do have a bar.
I think I missed one, or I mislabeled one. Because that one is 400 microfarad, 35 volt.
I didn't bring my caps. You didn't tell me to bring them.
Shoot. Well, I guess we'll see if it's good or not. This one's the same thing. That's 25 volt. So I do need a 35 there. I guess we could test this guy. If it's good, I can put it back and use that one in the proper spot. Let's see, we got 470 come up. Won't be 470, it'll be 463. 464, I'm going to bet.
474? Is that what it says?
476.4. Is that bad? Supposed to be at 470.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty good.
It's over, so it can be over.
You're in a range, man.
All right, well, we're going to put that guy back because...
If it comes up and it says
this is
part bad or component bad or unknown...
Oh, I hope I find one bad.
It could be low, if it's really low, or really high. Then it's not putting out what it's supposed to, so you might as well change it.
I guess what we should be doing is...
That thing's not 100% accurate. It's just going to give us an idea of where it's at.
Oh, I do have that. Okay. I do have the correct one. I just put it in the wrong spot. All right, Dixon. Sometimes the talent isn't very talented.
We're at 15 minutes. You've been
we all make mistakes.
Going to change 10 caps.
Matt would have had this done 15 minutes ago.
I wouldn't get it done instantly, but I've been done by now.
I like to take my time, and
especially if I have that Hacko with me. And zzz, 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 zzz.
I like to take. I enjoy my work. Matt he powers through.
I really like the little spinning vise, though. That flicker is handy.
So luckily, I did have a 475 25 volt, so I want to put this bad boy in. Positive over there, short negative. So I just removed the one I put in, the new one, because I confused two of them. Which happens.
You can put a little solder on the end of your soldering iron, tack it a little bit, and then just hold that cap in with one hand, and then you can just put the solder on that little nub, because otherwise it's going to fall out. It stayed in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. No, never mind.
Well, I bent the legs.
There was enough there still?
Oh, no, I didn't have to use that guy.
Oh.
I found the actual cap that was supposed to be in there.
Oh. Okay.
I did get the right cap, the 25 volt one. That's not our up one. There's another one that's going to be higher in microfarad than it's supposed to be.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah, I found a cap that should have been in there. I hope. Now you're making me doubt myself. 470.
I wasn't paying attention. I was listening to you talk, but not
25
what you were saying.
Okay. And that's what that guy is. So far, all my caps have been good, so I'll have a spare cap kit. Actually, I mean...
I usually just throw them in a cup, and if I get into a bind...
Exactly, that's what they're for. Used, but if you need one in a pinch... Oh, see, I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. Got to rotate for the audience.
What kind of perverted crap you got going on this TV? Something like Victorian era porn?
It's Deadwood, man. It's a great show. It was only on for 3 years. I didn't realize it was only on for 3 years. You might need to get a different angle. Why don't you come over here?
You keep putting your hands in the way. That's why I'm over here. And then you started putting your meat hooks in the way over here.
Yeah, there's probably a better angle there.
If you... I can't do it from over there, as your hand definitely will be in the way going this way. Unless you turn the whole thing and work sideways. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can see it from here, but you have to put it level.
470/35. Where's that yellow bastard at? Here we go. 470/35. Test him. Negative side. This one is also labeled with a little, in the circle, there's a little square box on one end of the circle, so that's your negative side also. So I love it when there's a guide. Ooh, I didn't think we were going to cap this whole bad boy on camera, but I'm going to speed up and see if I can get her done.
How many caps you got left?
Let's see. Probably half of them.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll stop. Like I said, I could have been done 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but then I want to have the flavorful dialogue.
Okay, we're going to let Mike take another 45 minutes to put the other 3 caps in, and then we'll come back.
Hey guys, we're down in the basement and
I'm gonna turn the baseball game down.
we recapped the power supply. We didn't find any bad caps, so we're checking the 5 volts now, and it's a little high at 5.4. So I'm gonna turn it down. Where I have it on right now is the Jones or the Molex plug down here, and there's a little bitty pot in here. I'm hoping I can see it. And I'm gonna see.
You can see the meter pretty good.
It ain't doing anything though.
Turned it down.
Yeah. Ain't going nowhere. Is this the 5? Yeah.
There's only one pot.
Yeah, maybe the pot's bad.
Very likely.
No change.
Up or down?
Right.
Well, one thing you can do is, I guess, test the play choice without a load on it, see what it reads before we just plug a board in randomly.
It looks like it's frozen here. Oh, I think I put it on hold.
Oh my jeez.
Alright, so it's probably moved up and down at this point. Let me find my ground again.
I didn't even know you could do that on that meter.
Yeah, me neither. I was just like...
When you're trying to light it up?
Correct. I was trying to illuminate it so we could see it better, and like this, and I hit the hold button when I had it energized. So this is 5.5, so that's where we're at now.
You're not reading anything right now, so we can't tell if you're going up or down.
My light won't stay on.
Well, I don't need the light.
Alright. I wish I had longer prongs. You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said.
Alright. I'll bring back that old shit. Oh, I need my headlamp back.
Where is it? Put it on.
I only got one hand. I'd have to take it off the plugs. Here we go. Oh, that's definitely up.
Yep.
That's 5. Ooh.
5.1 is probably good.
All right.
Okay. At least it's safe enough to plug the board in. So let's go ahead and get that all set up in here.
I guess we put the cover back on. Well, we might need to adjust it depending on what we get on the board.
Right, right.
So I'm going to mount it. That way we can... First I'm going to turn it off.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so mount the board, mount the power supply, and then we'll check voltages after that, see if the game's working right, see if we have sound.
Sound.
We did. Mike sent the board off to El Dorado Games and had him check it out, and it did have a sound issue, and he replaced the top board there. I forget what the tech's name was. Do you remember?
I do not remember, actually.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So we should be good to go. We'll check it out right after this.
Yeah, we should have a fully working Punchout if it's all said and done, and something that we haven't enjoyed yet. We've played the game a lot, silently, or with crowd noise, or heck, even random noises. It would do a punch a sound randomly and make a call out, and it was hardly even coincided with what was going on the screen. So
Never heard body blow, hardly.
no, that was a rarity too. So.
All right, we'll be right back.
See you soon. Alright, we're back. I got the power supply in here. And the board attached. I don't have the PCB cage. It was removed because there used to be MK2 in here. Everything's hooked up correctly. We tested the voltage, and it's the right voltage of 5 volts. We're going to flip it on, and it's basically the moment of truth. Hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
hopefully everything is what it should be. Come on, baby.
No explosions.
Yeah. No magic smoke, please. That's a good sound.
Have you had that yet?
Before.
I was
I've
gonna
heard
say.
that before. Oh, sweet. I don't hear any airs. Fuck. We got music.
Yeah, but can we play it? We had garbled graphics before,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Do we have speech? Because that was just all the music. Can we flip it around? Come on, baby. Give me some fucking good
Here's
times.
another moment of truth.
Yes, no garbled graphics.
Oh yeah, looks good.
Eldorado Games. Oh, sweet. They did their due diligence. Well, we got a track mode. This is awesome. How long have we been waiting for this? Like a year and a half?
2?
Well, we can look back through our videos and see when I picked up MK2, because when I picked that up, the initial
That was
thing
2 years ago. The first one we had was Mike versus John, remember?
Well, and also, though, we got the board, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
Right.
Maybe 4 or 5?
The
You owned it
idea
first,
of
and I got it from you.
the idea of the project's ages ago.
Yeah, well, you were trying to get a Punch-Out going.
No, I
came
just wanted
across
to.
this with MK2 in it, and I was like, I'm gonna restore the MK2 someday, or the Punch-Out someday. But I never thought I'd get a working board set. Finally, hopefully, let me coin it up and see if we got all the other sounds. What speech? Body blow, hopefully.
Yeah, can you play from the side?
I'll just
Or can you play from right there?
kneeling. Unfortunately, my coin door isn't hooked up, so now it's being a pain. But come on, baby. Oh, no, it's making connection. Oh, that's why. All right.
Should I pause it?
Well, if it doesn't coin up, it's not playable. Anyway, no, there we go. There we go. All right.
I am gonna.
I can play from down here. Maybe.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop it and turn this flash off.
Turn what off?
Okay.
All right, let's play. Are we on?
Yeah.
All right. Sing that funky music.
Still got some glare. Let me turn this light off.
Yes, we got fucking voice. Ooh, that's kind of scratchy. I need to turn it down a little bit. Body blow. What she said.
You can play from down there, but can you win?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm a master Punch-Out player. I've been beating Mike Tyson since I was 5 years old. That's how possible Mike Tyson wasn't around then.
Oh, yeah, we gotta check connections on those audio amps.
Fuzzy. You turn it down, Scotch. That could just be a pop. No pause in the middle of this guy. As you see my strategy, it's the body blow. Don't copy my winning strategy here.
It's the bottom monitor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Like the crowd sound.
in the red corner,
Deoxid is your friend. The one doing this, when we had it hooked up before, right? Well, we didn't have half the sound, so.
Come on.
Nice.
That's the sort of that.
One monitor goes to one speaker, the other one goes to the other speaker, so. Sounds like a connection.
Come on, come on. Body blow.
See, I told you to play my net.
Fight. Body
He's
blow.
out, see.
Body blow. Body blow.
Uh-oh.
Body blow. Body
Getting momentum.
Body blow. 0 seconds.
Oh, big groove.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's the crowd noise there. It's
Get
kind of
ready.
overexposed. You know,
Body blow. Body
we
blow.
haven't,
Body blow. Body blow.
It's like a
Body
loose
blow.
connection,
Body
I
blow.
bet.
Body
right,
blow.
and we haven't checked that audio amp either.
Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow.
They're learning the secret to Punchout.
Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow.
The okey doke.
Body blow. 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 Body 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 blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow.
Nice technique.
Body
Like
blow.
that?
Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body
Hit him in the face.
body blow. Body body blow.
Too
Body
quick.
blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow. Body blow.
See, screw your strategy. I was winning.
Body blow. 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 1, 2, 3. Fight. Body blow.
That's really grainy.
You gotta stand up to beat him. Damn it. Oh well, Kid Quick took me out.
Alright, let's check those connections on that real fast and see if we can fix it.
I checked that audio in.
I don't think it's the amp.
Awful scratchy.
That's your pot.
Yeah. A little bit of deoxidone there will help that out. Kind of.
So do you want to fix that and come back?
Yeah. Yeah. It's.
Or do you want to end this? I mean, it's such a
I think
small
we're good.
issue.
Yeah. It's basically it's.
Just got to
done.
find a loose
Yeah.
connection wherever it is, or
At this point,
hit the oxide on that potentiometer.
got a fully working punch out. Need to put some side art on it. Maybe some new T molding to put the white, the original. And hook up the coin door. That's not hooked up because it's been spliced. So just a little few odds and ends, but it's fully working with sound.
Needs paint, T-molding.
Yeah, if you want to get,
We
big
probably
about-
won't get that far into it. We're going to move on to the next thing. But
Be big about it. I mean, we don't get that crazy. I love him. Ooh,
or Steve.
is it Maine? Oh yeah. See, he has to
And eventually,
power wash everything. He's
well,
a power washer.
when you get everything, like, these are the games I want, I'm not going to switch, then we'll probably get to that stuff. But
So,
you were sitting on it.
yeah, the sex tester's going off. It can sense my sexuality, how potent it is.
It's going to
Let's
stop
see.
on dud.
Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm lonely.
Lonely.
Are you lonely tonight? No, I won't do that to you. Anyway, fuck yeah. I mean, heck yeah. We got a punch out.
Much better than a dual monitor MK2,
Yes.
personally. I mean, it
And-
was novel.
And the MK2 at this point is over in the multi-MK, or the multi-midway machine, so it's serving its purpose. We got a fully working punch-out at some point. I'll convert to super punch-out, because I'll get sick of punch-out. And I guess it's not over yet. This portion is...
Hey, do you
put
want to
some
show
artwork.
your little fake side art that you bought?
I got this at Mo Game Con last year. Put it in a frame. I might put it on here as some side art, some custom side art. Of course, it's, geared towards...
The NES.
Exactly.
But it will.
It looked good on the play choice, but still, though, if you look closely, you'll see the code to Tyson in there. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I actually got two of these. They're in the same frame here. But Heck yeah. I'm excited. You excited?
I'm ready to
Are
play.
you excited? Yeah, let's play.
We got like
We're gonna. Well, we have gameplay.
I'm gonna get this video edited, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
kick your rear.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. We already got one of those, don't we?
You don't
need
have to
see
worry about
again.
that.
Yeah. Well, come on back. If you want some fun.
Go
See
Blues.
Is it Bane? What did you think about that video? Did you like that video? I loved it. Was I not in it? Well, did I love that? I better been in that video. I hope you liked the video. It was definitely my best work. If I'm not in that video, you better watch this one over here. Oh, if you're not going to do that, just subscribe. You'll get a notification.